Hi, welcome back to the UTMStack training series. Today we're going to go over dashboards and visualizations. One request that we get very often is how can we visualize better the data and create custom dashboards for our clients or even for compliance reporting purposes? Well, it's very straightforward. In UTMStack, all dashboards and visualizations you see are interactive and you can create them without having to write a single line of code. For example, this thread activity dashboard is one of my favorites. I created it a few years ago and I still use it in a lot of demo and presentations because of how useful and intuitive it is. For example, if I click here on the medium severity component of the visualization, it will take me right away to those alerts that make that specific visualization component. Now, let's say that I want to create a new specific visualization for a new dashboard. So let's create a new dashboard. I want to create something from scratch. I'm not going to use any of the existing visualizations, so I'm going to jump here and go to where it says new visualization. Let's get something off the ground, up and running. Let's get something new here. So let's say I'm first going to start by creating a pie type of visualization, and I want to see alerts by severity. The aggregation type is going to be count. My label is going to be alerts by severity. My axis is going to be split by terms. Then here I'm going to divide it by severity. So I'm just going to select this field here. Keep scrolling down. This is going to be my severity down here. And finally, let's move this a little bit to the side here. And now if we just click here in run, we'll be able to get a visualization with my current alerts. Each visualization component represents an alert by severity. So let's save that visualization. Now it's going to be automatically inserted into my dashboard. Now, what if I want to go one step forward? Maybe I also want to see the alert count for the top 10 alerts that are most frequently popping up in my system. Well, I can come here and do the same thing. Let's add a new visualization. Let's move this to this side and new visualization. This time, let's use a bar chart. I'm going to select my source because I'm basically creating a visualization with data based on the alerts that the system is generated, but you can basically do it with any other source as well. So let's click here, and now I'm going to go by alert names. Now I select terms. I want to, of course, do this by my alert names. So I want to do the top 10, and I'm going to specify it like this. So if I run this visualization now, it's going to give me a breakdown of the top alerts. The names are a little bit longer, so I'm going to change this from 10 to 5 and run it again. It's going to give me a little bit more space. Let's save the visualization. And it goes back to our dashboard. Finally, let's say that I want to add a filter to my dashboard to see only those alerts that belong to specific categories. Well, first, let's add one more visualization. This time, it's going to be of table type. I'm going to go against the alerts source again. Hit create. I'm going to say this is going to be my alerts table. And I'm going to go by terms. I'm going to go by name. Specify this is the name. Let's add another bucket. And let's say that this one is going to have my severity, for example. If I run this, now I'm going to have a table with a list of alerts, the severity of each alert, and of course the count. In this case, the number of alerts of that type that have been seen for the period of time specified at the right. This is going to be actually my count here. Let's save it. Perfect. Now let's expand it a little bit. Let's shrink this one a little bit to give more space to this other visualization here. And this is taking shape. Now, One last thing, let's say that maybe I want to add a filter on my dashboard. Filters are very useful, especially if you're handling a multi-tenant type of environment and you want to switch from one customer to the other, or maybe you want to filter by a specific device. Maybe you only want to see alerts that belong to one type of device, or alerts that are generated from network sensors, or that are following a specific tactic. So you can do that by adding dashboard filters. If I click here where it says dashboard, in this case, let's create an alert that filters based on the data source. I'm sorry, a filter that will go by the data source. So again, I'm going to select the same pattern here. So data source, that keyword, if I'm not mistaken, should give me what I'm looking for. So if I click the filter and then I scroll down here, I will be able to see all the data sources that are connected to UTMStack. And if I click one of them, it's basically going to filter my entire dashboard for that specific data source. As you can see here, if I save the dashboard, then I can name it, add a description. Dashboards also have the ability to auto refresh if this is something that you need to be keeping an eye on and be up to speed with it, because it's a real-time dashboard that maybe your SOC team is going to be looking at. Maybe you want a shorter refresh time, like 30 seconds or 1 minute. Let's keep it at 30 seconds. If you want to save that dashboard into the top menu, you can also decide here into which submenu you want to add it, or create your own menu if you want something dedicated. A lot of UTMStack users create their own mini applications within UTMStack by adding menu items and encapsulating dashboards within those menu items. Now you define what roles are going to be able to access this dashboard and just click save. Now if I come here, I will be able to see my dashboard and interact with it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If there are any questions, please leave them down in the comments, and thank you for your time today.